All right. So basically this dream, it kind of builds up to a lot of different things because I've been having a lot of different dreams recently. Most of them very complicated, very intricate, very deep, that I've been having not necessarily trouble figuring out, but more just figuring out why I'm having these dreams. So the dream that I had recently, the dream that I'm here to talk about, I had the other night, and it started off with me on an island with like a group of my friends, and one girl that like in specific I like very deeply care about right now, and it was just us, but I wasn't there to just like hang out with them. There was like a ceremony or a ritual that was going to be happening at the end of the night that I remember that there's like a path that led into the woods that you would come upon like very, very big wooden structures and statues and symbols, like almost like very cult-like. And I remember that there was just going to be a ceremony, a ritual there. And that was the only reason I was at this island. I'd obviously never been there before. So I just remember that there was a ceremony and I was with my friends. But as the dream progressed and it got like closer and closer towards the nighttime, or just when the ceremony ritual was going to be happening, more and more people started to show up. But most of these people, some I don't ever recall ever meeting or seeing in my entire life. And that could either just be underlying just people I've forgotten deep inside my psyche that I don't remember anymore that are coming up in my dreams. Because, you know, that's really the only logical way I can think about it, because usually in dreams you're not supposed to ever see somebody that your mind just fabricates in a dream. But all these people had like a demeanor about them that was like impressive. So they were either like attractive in some way, popular, rich, just something along those lines of like that kind of like high established demeanor. Which was like interesting to me because it was like here for like a cult like ceremony, and all these people were like of some importance in the world, or, you know, of some like, you know, demeanor that they were, you know, attractive or popular, rich, something like that. And, you know, as the night got closer and closer to the ritual, more and more people were starting to show up. And I remember there was one point where I got like a phone call from one of my friends who wasn't there, and he was telling me that there was something like not right about the place where I was and like the ritual that I was at, that just like why I was there in general. He said there was something not right about it that you need to know. And he told me specifically to climb a very specific building during the ritual and see the entire island during the ritual, and I would find out what it really is. And I also remember at a certain part of the dream, my ability to just like maneuver around got really good for some reason. I was able to like climb and you know, like just move around in general, just like more free than I've ever felt in my entire life. And as things were building up to the ritual and all these people were coming in, the mood that these people had also changed as well over the course of the dream. At first, it started out with people just being friendly, greeting everybody. But as it got closer and closer, it got really, really weird in the way that people acted to each other. Just everybody was very egotistical and snobby and just very like in this rich cult-like demeanor. And, you know, people were starting to just indulge in, you know, just, you know, like, you know, sins of man. You know, I could imagine like every sin of man was being committed. You know, people were just like wild orgies were starting to happen. People were just, you know, being more, the only person that was really being like, I guess, attacked on or not thought of, you know, lightly was me. Every person that I talked to there, it would kind of like push me away, or they would not accept me as part of them. And I didn't understand why. And it just got really intense and weird as it was building up to this ritual, with people just acting very, very differently than what I immediately thought of them. And especially my close friends and this girl that I deeply care about. You know, she at one point she was avoiding me, and she didn't want to talk to me, and she was like actively, you know, flirting with other people and just acting in all these things like right in front of me, which really confused me, and I didn't like understand why she was doing that. And I just remember as the ritual was building up, the thing is, before the ritual happened, the dream ended. So I never got to see what the actual ceremony that was going to take place actually was. And there's a couple reasons why. You know, either it's something in my psyche that I'm not meant to know yet, or it's something that is in my psyche that I already know, but it's something I have to figure out outside of you know, a dream. So it was building up to this ritual, and everything was becoming weirder, and I just was getting worse feelings about being there, and about what it actually is and what everything actually meant and why I was there. And I was starting to question the reality of the state that I was in. So that, especially with dreams I've been having frequently, has been happening to me, where I would start to become lucid in a dream, where I would start to question the reality of the state I'm in, but I'm never actually able to get lucid, because the point where I would become lucid is like the same point that I feel that this ritual will happen. And if I was to become lucid at the same point this ritual happened, I don't know what I would do. And that's probably the reason why I never became lucid and I never even saw this ritual. I think that's why the dream ended before. So that's kind of where it ended, and it obviously it's weirder to explain and put into words than like
sure is, yeah.
Obviously how you actually feel in a dream and how you actually feel about the dream and what actually happened. It's definitely a lot more peculiar and hard to put together.